Tuesday tea at 2. It is season 3. It is episode 27. It was our Sirius portal peak yesterday, 7-7 vibes. I hope you were feeling the shedding that was required and necessary to shift into the new version of you. This is the vibe. This is the energy. It's about shining as bright as Sirius. Sirius is our spiritual sun. It is the sun's sun. And ultimately, when we think about Sirius, it is 25 times more luminous, brighter than our physical sun. Like, whoa. It is the brightest star in our night sky that is visible from Earth. So tap into shining your light a little bit brighter. Get a little bit more serious about shining the Sirius star that is within you. Ashe, give thanks. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for joining the live. Hello, my Kaya Sky. Thank you for joining the live, my baby. Hi, baby. Hi, mommy. Hi, baby. Thanks for joining. So we're here tapping in to the Sirius vibes and just again, shining your light. It's about shedding. It's about tapping into a new timeline. Yesterday's quote for our Momentum Monday motivation was tapping into that new version. So shedding, and you can say, I shed my old version to shift into my new vision. So when we have a vision about our future and what it is that we want, we really have to start thinking about what it is that we need to do tangibly in order to bring that fruition, to bring that intangible manifestation into form and experience. And it does require actual effort. So when we think about the effort, it's not always just in the things that we're doing to attain something. It's about releasing and removing and shedding the things that are holding us back or holding us to this old version so that we can again bring in this new vision. So think about what it is that you need to release. Yesterday's alignments for me was really about focusing on that shedding, clearing out, and there's little tangible things that you can do to tap into that, whether it's decluttering your home, whether it's washing your hair, tapping into cleansing and cleaning your space, smudging, palo santo, sage, whatever it is that you want to do. Open up all your windows, do a deep clean, start to again declutter, throw things out that are no longer needed. Things in your house and clothes in particular that you haven't worn in a year or two, get rid of it. Make space for the new, and not just in terms of new clothes, but just in terms of energy, because everything that we have that is physical in terms of matter is weight. And if we're trying to lighten our load, then we have to remove and reduce that weight and that waste in order for what it is that we want to be able to make space and to come through. Things that are ripped up in your house, things that are broken, all of that is in alignment with holding on to things that are no longer working. So clear it out. Clothes that you wouldn't really necessarily wear outside. And of course we need in-house clothes, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to necessarily keep things that are torn up and ripped and all kinds of just looking like it's, if somebody had to just show up on you, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm wearing this. You know what I'm saying? Then don't have it. And this kind of stuff, again, just makes space for what is working, for what is clear, for what is clean, for what is just, you know, in alignment with who it is that you say you are, but ultimately who it is that you want to be, that new vision that you see for yourself. So tap in. And usually at this, you know, the past few weeks, after focusing on Bloom Brews herbs, I have been highlighting herbs that I'm either growing at the garden or in my yard space. Had to switch it up this week, so I did just post that in my stories right before coming on the live that I'm switching it up this week because we're tapping into Sirius star and Egypt and Kemet and all of this energy of what it is that we're bringing in, the alignments in regards to the pyramids, the mirrors, and all of that. I had to bring in blue lotus flower, Egyptian blue lotus flower. So Egyptian blue lotus flower is our flower, our herb, our alignment for this week because it perfectly aligns with Sirius. It perfectly aligns with the energy of Kemet and had to do it naturally. I actually fasted all day yesterday for the 7-7 portal, and all I was doing was drinking blue lotus, Egyptian blue lotus flower, blue lotus for short. So it is very, very powerful flower for lucid dreaming, for meditation, for ascension, for intuition. It's great for pain, great for decalcifying the pineal gland. Again, anything that has to do with our spiritual ascension, blue lotus flower is that. It's a natural aphrodisiac as well. And it actually has a natural high effect to it, a natural hallucinogenic energy. So a lot of people also smoke blue lotus flower. So people do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Smoke what you smoke, but some people be smoking stuff that's really not good for them. So if you're gonna smoke, and sometimes people just want the tactile energy of something, try some blue lotus. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want some type of little vibe, you know, like people sometimes take their little drink or they do their little thing to get a little vibe. Try you some blue lotus flower. Okay, try it, especially before bed, because again, it is definitely going to assist in regards to lucid dreaming. So cannot go wrong with that. What else? A sense of euphoria. It is a natural painkiller as well. And it also helps with depression, anxiety, stress because of the calming effect that it has. So when we think of this natural high that blue lotus flower can give us, and then we tap that into depression and anxiety and pain and nervousness and all of that, that is where it helps, right? Because obviously if you are now feeling this sense of elation and euphoria and just again that natural high, you're not going to be so on the mundane level where you would feel stress and anxiety and pain and all of the things, the illusions ultimately that we are inundated with in regards to the matrix. So try you some blue lotus. I'm just saying, try you some blue lotus. Hello, Suas Coco. I see you, Candle Company. Thank you for joining the live. I still have to work on that reel from when I met you and highlighting your candles. Girl, it's been crazy, as you probably see from my posts, but I got it. And there's going to be a day that I do by night. You see my reels, right? I got like do the whole editing thing, so I still have to put all that together. But y'all, please follow SUACOCO, Candle CO, because their candles are awesome, absolutely awesome. And I see that's all part of the reel that I'm working on, because I've been like doing a whole thing and I can't even share it until I put the original reel together to show the whole time lapse of the whole thing. But y'all bringing in the magic for me too. Y'all bringing the magic in for me too. They are incredible. Their candles are incredible. Anyways, so tapping in again, Blue Lotus and Blue Kyanite is our alignment for Blue Lotus flower. So Blue Kyanite also aligns with ascension, with our throat chakra, third eye chakra as well, all of the chakras. Blue Kyanite is one of the rare stones like clear quartz and citrine that is self-cleansing and can cleanse other stones. So if you have a nice good sized piece of Blue Kyanite, you can put your other stones on there. You can put your jewelry on there, money on there, anything that you want to clear any specific negative energy. And then naturally for you, I sleep with my blue kyanite all the time. It's always on my throat. I have blue kyanite on this throat chakra necklace that I made. So blue kyanite is very, very powerful for our expression, and again, for things that we need to release. Oftentimes when we're dealing with dis-ease or things that aren't working or stagnation, it's a lot of times because of things that we're not saying and we're not expressing, we're not being honest about, whether to ourselves or to other people. Blue kyanite is going to help with that. Blue lotus flower is going to help with that, in alignment in particular, because it's going to also reduce, again, that level of stress and anxiety of what's going to happen if you speak your truth. Oftentimes we are worried about saying something because of a consequence of what somebody's going to say or do in terms of their response, the reaction, or the retaliation, right? But this gives us a sense of, I am being true to myself. So at the end of the day, there may be grief that I'm going to have to deal with in speaking this truth, but there's going to be relief. And we have to focus on the relief and not the grief. People that are meant to be in our lives are going to stay in our lives. Not everybody is meant to last forever. Not anything is meant to last forever, ultimately. So it's about being true to yourself, because your soul is forever. And your duty, your dharma to your soul and to your life's mission, to your soul's purpose, is what is the focus and has to be what is about what's immortal at the end of the day. So be true to you, speak your mind, speak your truth, and don't be worried about the grief when relief comes along with it in so many ways. Okay, awesome. So in terms of Blue Lotus, in terms of Sirius, in terms of all that, I also wanted to share something, because I don't know if y'all saw my post a couple weeks ago where Kai and I made soap. We made our own soap, and it was aligned with bloom brew. So I used all the herbs and I infused it with a little bit of bloom brew to give a little bit of the coloring and stuff. But yesterday I made another batch of soap, and this is actually a download that I got even before I made the bloom brew version of the soap. I made another soap, and this is so in alignment with Sirius, and I actually made it yesterday. So it is infused with the 7/7 portal. And look at the layers in this. It is with blue soap. I actually got the Azul Anil powder, which is cleansing for negativity. It aligns with the, the third eye, throat chakra, but also in terms of the nazar, the, evil eye energy, cleanses out. So I use blue soap in general, but I buy it. But Spirit was like, just make your own. Just get the blue anil and just, make your own soap. Like, it is infused with blue lotus. So I've got blue lotus. You might not be able to see it clearly, but I've got blue lotus all up in here. I have sage in here. I have honey in here. I have coffee in here because coffee is a stimulant and helps our manifestations come. Again, all of the high vibes energy in here. Salt, I think I mentioned salt for the cleansing energy of it. What else did I put in here? I have frankincense, I have myrrh, I have rose. I have the actual blue lotus flower petals in here, as well as some of the essential oil in here. So this is magical right here, and I call it Cloud 9. This is my Cloud 9 cleansing bar. So I'm not actually selling it, so I'm not like, it's not a pitch or anything, because I'm not getting into like creating new products. Like I have enough. I haven't even been like promoting my products because I'm so busy with so much other things. But I'm not buying soap no more. Like, I'm making my own soap, especially when I'm doing all of this stuff in the shower with all of these different components. And Spirit was like, why don't you just put all of those things in a bar and make it yourself? I'm like black soaping, and then I'm blue soaping, and then I'm doing this whole coffee scrub to bring in my manifestations and stimulation. And then I'm doing, a salt, wash over myself. And Spirit was like, just make soap, honey, and put it all in the soap. And then I found cloud molds. So this is my Cloud 9 cleansing bar. Not for sale. I'm just sharing because I'm very excited. Because I'm not buying soap no more. I'm making my own soap. How awesome is this though? It's freaking awesome. Okay. Anyways, Sirius Blake, what's up, King? I miss you. You good? Hey. I'm making my own soap. Just for me and Kaido. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell them one day. But how awesome is that? And again, I made them like, and again, Sirius Blake, right? Perfect timing here. I'm talking about the Sirius. Did you tap in, King, to your Sirius starseed alignments yesterday on our portal peak? Oh my God. So that's all I'm talking about right now is like the alignments that I was in from the 3rd since the portal opened up, and then yesterday's peak. And I made these very serious, awesome Cloud 9 cleansing bars yesterday with blue lotus flower and all of the magicalness. So I'm going to tap in. I'm going to give thanks to you. I'm going to give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Ashe. I'm going to see if y'all could see. I put the whole flower in. I don't want to tip it over, but I put the whole flower in. Oh, there you go. And when you put the hot water over the dried flower, it just like opens up so beautifully. Now, I will admit that blue lotus has a bitter taste to it. So you may need to sweeten it more, like whether it's agave or honey if you do want to drink it. But I definitely take it more medicinally than enjoying a cup of tea. So just keep that in mind if you do. And again, even just one flower is going to be very, very potent. And again, especially because it has some high vibes to it, you're going to want to pace yourself. You can dilute it heavily, try it out first. And again, especially if you're smoking it, be mindful. You know what I mean? Take a little bit, see how you feel. Take a little bit, see how you feel, that kind of thing. But enjoy your blue lotus. What else? We have our moons coming up. We've got on the 10th, that's on Thursday, right? On Thursday, we have our full moon in Capricorn. So tap into this energy of work and effort. But just like I was talking about last week, try not to equate work and hard work with ease in the sense of that you need to work hard to get something. If anything, focus on the fact that you have done so much already, and there is so much that must come because of what you've already done. Don't just think about the striving and keep going. I gotta keep working to get. You've done so much. So where's that, right? Where is the merit for that? Where is the rewards and the accolades and the abundance for that? Be in an energy of receiving mode. Give yourself the credit for what has already been done. And then there's gonna be so much more ease in what it is that you continue to do, because it's not gonna feel like it's been in vain, that you've worked and you're waiting for something. It's just like timing is divine. Future is now. It's coming. It's here. It's coming. It's here. It cannot all come at once. Why would we want it to all come at once? What's the point in that, right? So at the end of the day, think about and give yourself the credit for what's already been done, and acknowledge what is yet to be done, but what you are going to receive, what must come because of what is done, and then as a result, what must come because of what is yet to be done. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be arduous. It doesn't have to be all of the time, right? And we don't want to come in the energy of that, because then we're going to feel more of a dissonance and more of a stagnation ultimately, because there's going to be some level of resentment and disdain for the work that we're doing, especially if we feel like we're still waiting to reap the rewards. Okay, so go through it all with grace and gratitude, with faith, with patience. What's yours cannot miss you. Like, we know this, we've been saying this, but like, for real, what is yours cannot miss you. And whatever is yours also doesn't have to be forever, right? It is like temporary. That sometimes it's about the lesson. Sometimes it's about getting ourselves to another place. Sometimes it is just a straight up test of what it is in regards to our resilience, in regards to our purpose, in regards to what we truly believe in and what we're willing to work for, to fight for, to be at ease about. What we can say and what I'm not gonna stress about that. Yeah, it sucks. Feel it to heal it. Face it to replace it, all of that stuff, but I'm good. Sometimes Spirit literally gives us those challenges so that we can decide how good we are, even when something is not necessarily so quote unquote good, right? So, what else? Checking my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything. Just shine on, y'all. Shine on. Hello, Shkari. I see you. Namka, I see you on YouTube. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you. I'm here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shikari is tapping in from India. Ashe, give thanks. Honored. Thank you. See, I'm wearing my Rudraksha. Om Namah Shivaya. I do not leave the house without it. And my Alekes and my Hamsa and my Nazar, all of the protections. My sister's here on the YouTube, Tash Word Weaver. How you doing, sister? Love you. Hi. Can I do it when it says say hi? How do I do that? See, I don't even know how to do these things on the YouTube. It says, oh, said hi. Hi, sister. I thought it said say hi. Hi. Tash Word Weaver is tuning in on the YouTube. King Sirius Blake is yes. So you were tapping in. You were tapping into your Sirius vibe, Sirius. Word up. Because I know you know what's up. Love and light says, say, I see you. Thank you. All right. So we know the drill. Stop top, stop bottom. Somebody give it to me. If we get a single card Spirit has chosen for us. Let's see. What's good? What our universal law for the week is, what to stay tuned and tapped into as we are tapping in to serious vibes. Y'all get more serious about shining your serious star light. Do you hear me? It is time. Uranus is out of Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, y'all. Uranus been with me for the past 8 years. It is time for me to shine. So I am shedding and spreading the light. So do that. Top. Sirius Blake got it. Here it is. Let's see. As it is 2:19. Hey, sister Tony Taylor. Thank you for joining the live. I see you. Welcome. We got a master number, 22, the law of compensation. Like, what are we talking about right now with the reaping of the rewards and the things that we've already done? And okay, give that which you seek. Give that which you seek. This is something we've talked about a few times on the lives, because so many times we are giving things. We have obligation when we're giving. We have expectation when we're giving, right? And then when we give something and we don't get it back, we feel like, oh, I wish I didn't, or I shouldn't have, or we have the sense of anger or disdain or whatever the case may be. Also, in terms of what it is that we're trying to bring in and manifest. Ultimately, if we want something, the best way to receive it is to give it. That's not just in terms of money or, a thing. It's in terms of energy. It's in terms of time. It's in terms of even just being an ear for somebody. Sometimes we feel like nobody's showing up for me and I'm alone and then we're not really showing up all the time for other people too, right? And of course, everybody's got their stuff and everybody has to focus on their stuff because there's a lot of stuff, right? But when we can take a moment, if we feel a sense of a void, then take a moment in that feeling to be like, what might somebody else be going through right now that may be in alignment with what I'm going through right now? And let me do for them what I wish somebody or they would do for me. And just make the call and just show up and just be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, and especially if you don't think that you would get it in return, even from that same person, just give that which you seek. That is the energy of compensation. And ultimately, you will always get it back. Spirit is seeing everything. God is seeing everything. And it's not even about giving to get back, even if it's regarding to, getting it back from Spirit or getting it from God, because you have to give from a very holistic place. You have to give from an energy of, I'm just going to do it because I can. I'm just going to show up because I can. But when you do that, the caveat to it is to be very mindful of boundaries and to be discerning. Because sometimes we can just show up for certain people and do what it is and show up and be there and do for them what we would hope that they would do for us. But you have to make sure that you're not in an abusive, toxic relationship or dynamic where just because you're there, someone will overdo and overuse and misuse and misabuse and all of these things, right? So this is where it's like a fine line between this sense of giving without expectation, giving that which you seek, and being, again, very selective and being very discerning in regards to the who and the what and the where and the when and the how and all of that. So tap in, but ultimately, you'll always get it back. The energy of 22 as we're tapping in, Tuesday tea at 2, and it is 2:22 on the dot. How freaking awesome. Yo, give thanks. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. I give that which I seek. I give that which I seek. I give that which I seek. Another very, very powerful way to give that which you seek is when you're out in nature. Just grounding and tapping into the earth's vibration and coming into alignment with the natural electricity that is in the earth, that is in you, is giving back to the earth. It's giving back to Earth Mother because you are just in a moment of reverence. You're in a moment of reconnection. There can never be separation, but we can separate ourselves. We can literally create a barrier between us and that which we are of. And that's the power that we have. That is the power we have to create and destroy, right? So any chance that you get to ground, to just pour a little bit of water on the earth. Every time I'm at the garden and I'm watering the garden, I'm literally pouring libation every time I water the garden. That is a giving of that which I seek. I pour where I'm watered. That is the energy. So when you think about the watering of it, you're always going to get that flow back. There's always going to be that energy of reciprocity naturally. So as much as you can tap into nature, that is what's going to reverberate. When you see a bird, tweet, you know what I'm saying? Like sing to the bird, talk to the bird, like these little things. Like through the winter, I found myself being so in reverence of the branches. And these are things that we kind of don't recognize and we don't pay attention to because it's just the branches. But when you think about the branches, and a tree branch through the winter is the most resilient because it has to take the weight of ice and snow and last through the winter in order to be strong enough still for the buds to come back out and the leaves to be able to sprout from it in the springtime. If you don't think about the alignment to your own power and your own resilience when you look at a branch, it's like we're missing something, you know what I mean? And then also to recognize the fact that when there is full foliage on a tree, there's less view of the sky ultimately. And I was looking out my window, washing dishes, I think it was in January or so, and I recognized the fact that I can see more of the sky now that it was branches without the leaves. And I was like, thank you. I get to see more sky because of the fact that it's just the branches. And these are, again, little things that when we can acknowledge that in nature, trust and believe. Nature is like, thank you. Sprinkle, okay? Like no joke. Sprinkle, like all the way. Hug a tree. Just put your hand on a tree, ask for guidance, ask for messages. You are going to get it some way, somehow. It's going to happen. And that is, again, very easy way to give that which you seek, to just take that moment in reverence. Be at your altar and just give thanks. Being in an energy of gratitude is giving that which you seek, and not always being in an energy of asking for something. I realize like my prayers have changed so much of late that I'm literally just giving thanks. I'm not asking, I'm not petitioning. Like my prayers are really just in praise. And I feel more abundant on an internal level, which is where it starts, y'all. Like even when you feel like things aren't happening on the external, do not focus on that. Faith is in the unseen. So if you stay in alignment and it is happening on the inside and you are feeling so abundant and so joyful and so happy and so all together and so I'm so grateful that I'm infinite abundance and I know exactly what to do, trust and believe it must reverberate in the physical world. It's just going to take whatever time it's going to take. And it's going to take whatever time it's going to take based on your level of patience. Because again, it is about the feeling that you're emoting. So you could be saying, it's cool, I'm patient, I'll wait. But if you're feeling the sense of why isn't it happening? It's taking too long, I'm stressed out. That's what spirit is getting. That's what the universe is getting. And that is what is going to delay your blessings. That is what is going to delay the abundance. So just focus on doing the internal work to feel this sense of excitement and elation and timing being divine, and harvest doesn't come because you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? The fruit's gonna get ripe when it's ripe. You don't want it to be bitter. So just take time and be in the energy of patience. And that is what is going to keep you in the energy of excitement and elation and abundance and gratitude. And then everything on the outside must follow suit. Trust and believe. Queen Kima, I see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. I'm not going to stay long. That's the vibe. I'm trying to keep my lives, within half an hour unless there's like some, crazy energy going on, but I've got a studio session. We're working on the tracks. They're going to be awesome. I don't know if I shared that the reason things have been taking so long is because we were kind of almost done-ish, and then I kind of sort of told V that I kind of sort of want to sort of redo all of the songs to be tuned at 432 for the natural resonance instead of 440, and he was kind of not really impressed, but then he was like, I totally hear you, and we're kind of re-recording all of the songs at 432, but that's freaking awesome. Download that I received. We're getting downloads and uploads, by the way. I want y'all to pay attention to the difference. You're going to get downloads. Spirit is going to bring something down for you, but the energy of uploads is an energy of your higher self bringing you into alignment. It's coming from you. So it is rising you up. This is why I always say everything is rising into place. Instead of it's falling into place, everything is rising into place. It is only up from here. So tap into your energy of the downloads that in some ways you receive kind of externally, ethereally, right? And then the uploads that you get that come from within, from your higher self. Okay? And just be obedient and patient and grateful and faithful. What's up, Queen? I see you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so somebody give me the time. We're going to tap into our angel number. Somebody give me the time. I see it, but I like when y'all put it in the comments so that everybody can see that you chose instead of me, just because whenever it's like so on point with what I was just like channeling, it makes me feel like y'all are gonna be like, oh, that she planned that. You know what I'm saying? So I like when y'all give me the time. So somebody give me the time. Which is always kind of, around the same time because I'm, pretty much ending similarly. But somebody give me the, oh, thank you, sister. My sister gave me 2:29, and that's the time that I was born. Thank you, Kima. I see it, 2:20. Thank you, sister Tony Taylor. 2:29. Everybody banged out 2:29. Listen, I was born at 2:29 a.m. How freaking cool is that? Okay. 2:29 says, hold on. Do not let go of your dream right before it arrives. What are we saying? You see why I had to make y'all choose the numbers? Choose the time, because that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, timing is divine. Like, do not give up. Like, at the end of the day, harvest doesn't come because you hungry. It's going to come when it's ready, when it's right. Do not let go of your dream right before it arrives. The road has been long and your angels acknowledge that you are tired, but quitting now is not an option. Take a break today so as to motivate yourself to keep going tomorrow. Bask in the sun, walk barefoot in nature, or take a well-deserved nap, all in the name of self-care. What else is there? Okay, I'm gonna read it again. And then on the nap thing, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Hold on. Do not let go of your dream right before it arrives. The road has been long and your angels acknowledge that you are tired, but quitting now is not an option. Take a break today as to motivate yourself to keep going tomorrow. Bask in the sun, walk barefoot in nature, or take a well-deserved nap, all in the name of self-care. Take care of you. This basking in the sun, especially with Sirius portal alignment, so powerful. The sun is doing something different these days, y'all. It's supposed to. Don't be afraid of what's happening. The Schumann resonance is doing something different these days, y'all. Don't be afraid. There is a shift that is happening on a very, very cosmic level, on a very, very tangible level. And as above, so below, we are going to feel it. And this is why walking barefoot and tapping in, I always say your bare soles on the soil to ground and elevate your soul. It is all in connection. So the more you connect and resonate with nature, the more you pour libation when you sprinkle a little water or water your plants or whatever the case is, you are tending to your garden, quite literally. So continue to do that as much as possible. In terms of a nap, that rest is so required, it's so needed, right? And sometimes all we need is 20 minutes, literally. That they say is actually better for a power nap. I call them empower naps. So you take a I take 22-minute naps, 22-minute naps, and I call them my empower naps. And I'll lay down in the opposite direction. My bed faces south. So when I'm sleeping, generally, I'm facing south. But then I will take what I call my north nap, or my empower nap aligned with facing north. And they say because of the poles and the shifting of the poles and all that and the balance and equilibrium, when you sleep facing south or north, sleeping at least 20 minutes to an hour in the opposite direction in the same day within a 24-hour keeps you in equilibrium, keeps your poles in alignment. So as we're seeing a lot of shifts and stuff happening in regards to the polars and all the polar shifts and all of the things, right? It's happening to us too. So when you take that north nap or south nap or whatever for you based on where you're facing, it's going to help with pain. It's going to help with anxiety. It's going to help with nervousness, like whatever it is that you're dealing with, it is going to bring such a level of grounding, the same way that we're grounding, and it brings the energy of the electricity being connected to the earth. Take a north nap if you're facing south usually, or vice versa. If your bed is not, let's say your bed naturally faces east or west, try your best, and sometimes just to meditate and lay facing north for 20 minutes to an hour a day, and then lay down facing south in the same day if you can, 20 minutes to an hour. Because why not? Because why not, right? I saw a post today where they were talking about how a lot of people, we talk about auras and we talk about energy and we talk about vibration and magnetism and frequency, and people don't believe, and it's delulu and it's all the woo-woo stuff, right? But we believe in Wi-Fi. We look at Wi-Fi is some intangible, satellite something or other. So why would we believe in that and use it and can't do without it? But we don't believe in our own natural Wi-Fi that ultimately is the root of everything. It's the exact same thing. And if anything, this is the stuff that is the most natural, that is the most grounded, and that we cannot unplug from. That Wi-Fi they can unplug that shit, and they have, and they will. But the stuff that we are and connected to and are of, they cannot unplug us from it. So stay tuned and tapped in, even more so these days than not. Okay, I'm going to the studio now. I'm gonna go sing, and hope this heat don't take my curls. It's all right though. I love y'all. I cut my hair, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. You probably can't really see because of the curls, but I cut about 9 inches in the past 3 months. I did. Because it's, again, part of the shedding, right? This is literally the energy that I'm on of just kind of discarding. And when you do cut your hair, burn it if you can. I have a fire pit at the garden, so I'll do all, my burning rituals and stuff like that. But yeah, my hair used to be here. And now it's here. And I love it because it's the weight. Again, that same thing. Let's just reduce the weight as much as you can. So that's all for this edition of Tuesday Tea at 2, Season 3, Episode 27. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you as always for being here with me, for tuning in, whether live or in the future. I am going to post as I always do, and then I share snippets of some moments as the week progresses, as time allows, because I'm juggling, and so much announcements, so many things to share with y'all, but again, timing is divine. I love you. I appreciate you. And in the meantime, and in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.